The suspension of lotto operations of the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office, or PCSO, has been lifted Tuesday night, July 30. In a statement, presidential spokesman Salvador Panelo says, quote, "The rest of the gaming operations are still undergoing investigation." The PCSO says it lost 250 million pesos in revenue from lotto since President Rodrigo Duterte's order to close all gaming schemes. PCSO says it does not have figures on how much was lost from the suspension of other gaming formats like Small Town Lottery or STL and Keno, as they are all under probe. The agency is missing more than 6 billion pesos from STL operations, dragging trial courts into the issue and prompting a Supreme Court review of injunctions issued. Foreign Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin on Wednesday, July 31, says the Philippines filed a diplomatic protest against China over the presence of Chinese vessels near Pag-asa Island in the West Philippine Sea. Locsin tweets, quote, "Diplomatic protest fired off." This comes after National Security Advisor Hermogenes Esperon's announcement that Manila protests the swarming of at least 213 Chinese fishing vessels stationed near Pag-asa Island in February and July, a new record reached. But Esperon assures the public the Chinese were no longer in the area. As of Tuesday, July 30, the foreign ship supposedly left due to bad weather. Manila Mayor Isko Moreno joins the Manila Police District in raiding a gambling store allegedly fronting as a gaming store Wednesday, July 31. The store was packed with flashing games, but Moreno points out the gaming devices there were not for amusement but for gambling. He says the establishment violates Presidential Decree No. 1602, which prohibits illegal gambling. The mayor says his presence in the raid means business, even if it entails security risks for him.
If I have to go to every streets, every corner, every roads, every highways, every buildings in the city of Manila, just to reassure the people of Manila that Manila will be safe, clean, orderly, then so be it.
Dozens of Hong Kong pro-democracy protesters appeared in court Wednesday, July 31, after 44 of them were arrested and charged with rioting. Supporters continued to voice their outrage as they stood outside court, braving heavy winds and rain before the proceedings started. The protesters were generally calm as they waited for the judge. The 44 were granted bail. The 7-week protests were triggered by the controversial extradition bill backed by China, but was then suspended by Chief Executive Carrie Lam due to public anger. Protesters vowed to keep their campaign going until their core demands are met, including Lam's resignation and sustaining their civil freedoms. I Kissed Dating Goodbye author and former pastor Joshua Harris announces he is no longer a Christian, apologizing to the LGBTQ+ community for, quote, "contributing to a culture of exclusion and bigotry" through his writing and preaching. After announcing his separation from his wife, Harris took to Instagram on July 27, saying he has undergone a massive shift in regard to his faith. He says, quote, "By all the measurements that I have for defining a Christian, I am not a Christian. Many people tell me that there is a different way to practice faith and I want to remain open to this, but I'm not there now." He also apologized to the LGBTQ+ community for what he has previously written about and preached as a pastor. I Kissed Dating Goodbye is a Christian relationship book which encourages the youth to practice sexual abstinence and depicts homosexuality in a problematic light.